Hey guys, it's Amy with Crafts by Amy. I thought I would come on tonight instead of tomorrow because I know that Wendy is doing an event tomorrow, which is a fundraiser, and I don't want to be live while she's doing that. Also, don't want to have to go live at midnight, so I thought I'd hop on now and we can work on the Disney Parks journal. So we have our cover. I need to grab my glue. I did bring my Beacon 3-in-1 and my tacky glue, my quick dry tacky glue. So before we do anything, I want to put occlusion on this because I have a feeling this is going to get pretty wide or thick or whatever you want to call it. So I have a couple choices here for ribbon that I could use as closure. So I'm going to try and decide which one I want to use. First, I'm going to go on Facebook and share myself into a few places because I am live and nobody knows it. It would be nice if Facebook worked. Okay. Show myself groups. I could share there. And I can share there. And I can share there. And I can share one more place, I think. Group. Let's see. There. And I'm pretty sure it goes there. Okay. So as you are hopping on, say hi. I'm leaning towards the darker blue. So no, I am not at home right now. This setup is a little different. That's why you see this part of the stand in the video. I'm sitting at my sister's kitchen table right now, and I have a ring light up here, which you can see shining. Ooh. Okay, didn't mean to do that. That was not what I was trying to do. Hi, Amanda. So I think I'm going to use this darker blue chiffon ribbon. I used it on my junk journal the other day as a closure, and I liked it. And I think it goes better with this cover than the lighter blue. So I think this is the one I'm going to use with this. I'm trying to remember what length it was. I don't remember what it was. I don't have my tape measure either. I just have a small cutting board. So let's just eyeball it, you guys. So I'm going to glue it a couple of inches in, and I want to be able to close it and tie it in a bow. So I think that length will be good. I'm going to test out some new scissors I got. I bought these from Amazon because From Confessions by Beth used these. She said they were really good scissors, so I'm finding out. Hey, Krista, welcome. We're working on my Disney Parks journal. Right now we're doing the closure because I always forget to do this before I put the spine and everything in. And I don't want to do that this time because I'm getting better at not doing that. So we're putting chiffon ribbon in. And let me grab, I know y'all can't see as much today because, like I said, I am not at home. I am at my sister's, so it's not my usual setup. I'm grabbing that because I want to be able to make sure my closure stays in, and we're all good with that. Can't decide if I want to use tacky glue or Beacon 3-in-1. And y'all, I have a ring light on right now because my sister's kitchen light sucks. So I'll turn this a little bit this way. Hopefully y'all can see the stuff better. Trying to decide between the aliens and the Beacon. I think I'm going to use the Aleene's just because I have more of it right now. I say that much, it's not even going to want to open tonight. So I do still have the two. Okay, well, this doesn't want to come off tonight. I do still have my 2 cameras going because I did remember to bring my tripod. But like I was saying at the beginning, I didn't want to go on tomorrow because I know that Wendy is doing a fundraiser and I don't want to be in the middle of that. And I don't want to wait until it's over. Okay. Apparently we're using the beacon glue because that tacky glue does not want to open today. And before I glue anything, I am going to grab a pen because I don't have any pencils. And I'm going to see if I can, I don't have measuring tape, I don't think. I don't think I brought one of those either. I really should put one in my box that I have. I really should. So this thing measures the exact height of my book because I think it's 9 inches. Because this part that actually measures is 8, and I'm guessing it's another 1/2 inch on the end. Because I know we made this 9 inches tall. So I kind of want to figure out where the middle is. I'm thinking it's about where the 4 is on here. So I'm just marking that so I can put my ribbon in the middle. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. So I can get it centered-ish. I guess I could say just centered as much as I can. And I do have my this tool that you can use to spread the glue, or in my case, I'm going to use it to press down on the ribbon because I don't want to touch this glue. And I did that a lot further down than I needed to. So that's not where I needed it to be. So we're just going to put that down. And I'm going to use this end. I don't use this end for anything. So I'm just going to use this end to make sure it's down. Yeah, I think that was the better option. I think I used tacky glue when I did this for my patriotic journal. And you could see the glue through and it was coming through and all of that. I think I like this better. I'm trying to come in about the same amount because these 2 pieces right here are not even. But trying to bring it in the same amount. I'm going to add a little bit more of my glue. And this is Beacon 3-in-1. This is what my Hobby Lobby sells, and that's where I get my glue. I will definitely send it to you, Krista. I really am glad I have this tool because I really do like this. I've never used this one. The one I have at home is the one that's double-ended, so it has this end with this triangle one, and it has the scoopy end, but it's not hard plastic. It's the silicone, but I kind of like the hard plastic. I also have my art glitter glue for when we glue in stuff to the journal, because I don't like using that. Hey, Miss Becky. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to show you guys, I did finish my signatures. So the last time we worked on this on a live, I did have 2 of them and we sewed them in. So this is my 3rd one that I did. That's the Disney Resorts. I couldn't find a good image like this to use for the cover. So I just found a cover. I found a couple of images that said Disney Resorts and had stuff listed about them. But I'll show you guys the pages. So I found logos for a bunch of the resorts in Disney. So we have the Contemporary. And then I put some sheet music for Peter Pan. And for these pages, because they're because it's a mix of both, I did Disneyland on this side and I did Disney World on this side. So, because it's just one. So you got that. We have Port Orleans Resort, which they have the French Quarter half and the Riverside half. And I've actually stayed at that hotel. I'm pretty sure we were at the Port Orleans French Quarter. I went there for my senior trip. Some ledger paper. This is the Disney All-Star Resort, the music one. I have scrapbook paper that I cut too short, but I wasn't waiting to sew it in. This is the Walt Disney World Swan. This is like Magic Castle kind of themed paper, graph paper. The Caribbean Beach Resort or Caribbean Beach Resort, however you want to pronounce it. Coronado Springs. I've never stayed there. I don't think. Scrapbook, sketchbook paper, lined paper. The Animal Kingdom Lodge. I've never even been to Animal Kingdom. This is the Beach Club Resort. We've got Part of Your World, and part of that got cut off. This is the Disneyland Hotel logo. Sketch paper. The Art of Animation Resort. This is the All-Star Resort, the movies one. The Grand Floridian, which that's a really fancy hotel. I don't think my family's ever stayed there. This is A Whole New World sheet music. We have the Yacht Club, Disney's Yacht Club Resort. Fort Wilderness, which is a campground and resort. So you can bring your camper, but they also have places you can park, like, they have places you can park your RVs, but I think they have cabins. This is Pixar Place Hotel. That is a new one at Disneyland. The Polynesian Village. We stayed there the last time I went with my family. This is the Dolphin. So the other side, the other half of this page is the Swan. The Swan and Dolphin are like kind of a combined resort. I've never stayed there. This is the All-Star Sports Resort. Did I put the Grand Floridian in here twice? Oh no, this is the Grand California. This is the one at Disneyland. This is the Grand Floridian. That's the fancy one at Disney World. I think their restaurant is called like something in Albert. Song from Robin Hood. And this is the Boardwalk Disney. I like that one the most, I think. So I did sew it in. It's all in. So now all we have to do is glue our spine in and put our pages that we decided on to cover this and this. So I'm making sure that this is centered, and then I can close the cover. Okay, you can do that. And then I want to make sure my page here and my page here, excuse me, don't go past where I need it to go. I don't want it past the edge of the book. So I think we're good. And I think for the sake of this journal, I am not going to glue the spine in. I'm just going to glue the pages right here in, because I don't know if y'all saw when I did the patriotic journal, but when I glued all this stuff in and I went to close it and I was pressing down right here, I really ripped the page. And it really made me mad. So before I do anything to glue or attach this, I am going to grab, not my sharp bone folder, because I don't want to cut through my paper, but I do have other bone folders. I have this one, and it's not as sharp. It's plastic, but it's not as sharp. So I am going to press down right here in that groove on both sides, so that when I go to glue this down, I will have this part and it won't rip. Hopefully. Okay, I'm not left-handed, so I need to get my right hand to do this. I want to make sure that that's down. Okay, so this, I'm going to use this glue, the Beacon 3-in-1, and I'm just going to run the glue along the back of the paper here, between where my seam is. You could use glue, you can use double-sided tape if you want. I'm using the glue because I think it holds the best. And it's sitting right here, so that's what I'm using. And that is my reasoning. And again, I'm taking my bone folder to make sure I have the crease that I need to be able to close this. And from there, I'm just pressing up with the bone folder. And I'll do it on the other side. Do the same thing. So I still have a lot of room on this side, which I'm thankful for. I don't always space it well. Now, one of the reasons I didn't sign up to be in Wendy's or fundraiser thing was I knew I was going to be at my sister's and I didn't want to have to go home. That's part of it. I didn't want to have to go home and I didn't want to bring a ton of stuff over here. And I knew I was bringing this stuff with me. And so I didn't want to have like a ton of stuff with me. So make sure this is really down right here. And this is closer to the bottom and it has a little space at the top. That's not going to bother me though. Just back to the other side. Making sure I can close this. For some reason, the other side was easier to have it lay flat once I closed it. I don't know why. Okay, so now we've got that part in, and I should have closed this, and I didn't grab paper towels, but I have a ton of napkins from to-go places because I eat a lot of takeout when I'm at my sister's because I don't want to cook over here. Okay, so these are the papers we had. I know that y'all originally said that we should use this one to cover this. And I want to see if y'all still agree that that's the one. Because we had that one, we had the balloons, and I just printed this one out when I was doing my middle signature. Because I forgot that I only put one of these in each one. So I also did this one. So it's just going to go on the edge here. And no, it's not covering this, but I might come back with some lace or some kind of ribbon to go around this part at the edge, top and bottom. So it doesn't really need to go all the way to the edge. So what do y'all think? Should we do the polka dots? I think the balloons are a little bit too busy. So either polka dots or the fireworks. I think y'all voted on fireworks last time. So y'all let me know. Fireworks or that? And when y'all are telling me about that, I get my paper trimmer so I can cut my paper in half. And I'm going to put these papers, some other stuff that I have on the side. And I did get some washi tape that's Disney themed. So I have that. Oh, I don't think I ever showed you guys. I'll have to show you all that in a minute. I'm looking for my pockets so we can put those in next. So I feel like the pockets should be the next thing we put in. Got pockets and side tucks. And I'm hiding this from you. Not really, but. So what did y'all decide? I could do washi tape at the top and bottom. It would go better with this one though than it would with this. So these are the washi tapes I have. I just got these from Amazon the other day. I don't think any of them really go well with this paper. But I could do washi tape around this part at the top and the bottom to kind of cover where this is. What do y'all think? I guess if I did the polka dot one, it would go with that. because I'm either going to use the polka dot one with this one, or maybe this Mickey Mouse with his hands and feet and his shorts and stuff, if we go with the one with the black dots. So I don't think I'm going to use this one for that, for the cover part. What do y'all think? Should we do the polka dots with this, or should we do this black one with this? Y'all let me know. Because I have all my pockets ready to go. They're all scored and everything. They're ready to go in books. And by books, I just mean signatures. I can find my glitter glue. I want to do that. Nobody wants to give me any. So like I said, Minnie Mouse, the polka dot with this, or this one with Mickey Mouse and this one. I'm leaning towards the polka dot one with the black. Okay, I know y'all voted last time and picked this one, but we're going with the other one. Oh, good. Krista thinks that too. Yeah, I'm thinking I like this one with this. So let's put some washi tape on the tops and bottoms, and then we can cut the paper and put it in here. So I'm going close to the edge, but not exactly at the edge. And I'm going to come trim this off. I don't have my scissors that I usually use with glue or tape or anything that's sticky. So we're just going to have to compromise and use a pair of scissors that I have. That I can use from anything in here. Okay. So I'm not going to go all the way to the corner here, just for the simple fact that the paper is going to be there. And I'm not going to throw away my washi tape that I just cut off. I'm going to save that. Okay. So it is very crooked. And a lot of times people do put glue with their washi tapes because washi tape doesn't really stay that well sometimes. I'm not doing that. I figure if I'm going to have paper somewhat on top of it with glue, it shouldn't come up. So I'm going to do the same up at the top. I'm going to try not to have so much leaning off the edge so that I'm not wasting anything, because it's now flat up here. Okay, I do need to turn this a little bit so I can see where I need to cut it. Stuff out of my way. Okay. Glue out of my way. Yes, my book is upside down, but it's because I want to get this closer to the edge than it was. You know, that's not close enough to me. I did have some issues with this glue tape, so I probably should have used glue with it, but I'm not going back and fixing it. And this just is not getting as close to the edge as I want. I believe it's already 9:30 almost. Spent that much time just gluing in no, I don't want that there. Gluing in a spine and some closure stuff. Okay. Well, that's as good as that's getting. Let's do the other part in the front. And this part's easier because of the way I put the tape on this. For anybody wondering, I take my tape off of my the little spools I always get them on, and I put them on these cards. It made it so much easier to store them because I had so many of them, and I can put, this one only has 3 on it, but I can usually get 6 of them on one of these. So I'm just going to place this one and cut it, and then I will turn the book around so I can figure out where I need to put it closer to the edge. And it's also upside down, so. Wait, no, it wasn't. I was thinking the book was upside down, but it's not. As long as it covers up the white paper, I'm not really concerned. Okay, we've got that done. Our paper over here. And since it's already scored in the middle, I know where to cut it. Also, this thing does measure 5.5 inches, which is great. Okay, so we've got this to put here on this side. Trying to decide if I want to cut the washi tape to be the width of this, or if I want to just leave it the way it is. It's probably going with, I'm probably going to leave it the way it is just because I don't feel like fixing it. And I might put corners on this book because the corners are probably the most damaged part of a book when I'm doing this stuff. So let's see. I have corners. I have huge ones, I have regular size ones, I have gold ones, and I have, see, these are the ones I have for my big journals. They're kind of ornate-ish. Those are for my bigger ones though. And for my smaller ones, I have like the pewtery color ones and the antique bronze. I think I'm gonna do the antique bronze on this. 3. So I got all these from Temu. I have some that I bought before this set, so I'm trying to use those first. They're not in a baggie. And I have them in baggies so that they can stay separate colors. So I think I want to put these on before I put the paper in. That way I know where the paper should be. And I'm trying to see if I need to, I might need to trim the washi tape a tiny bit. Let me get the smaller scissors. These are the ones that I just got from Amazon, so let's just use those and cut that much off. And the pieces that I'm cutting off right now, I'm not keeping because they're going to be such minute pieces. I mean, I could have just moved this over. I guess that would have been smart. Hey Liz, I'm working on my Disney junk journal tonight. And right now I am doing some corners on here because my corners are probably the most worn out part of my whole journal. So these are just little ones. They look like that. I don't know if y'all can see that they've kind of got a pattern on them. They're not extremely clean. Sometimes I have issues getting the corners on. Okay, let's see if I can just move this over some. I'm just going to trim it. I don't feel like trying to move it again. So we're putting our corners on, and then we're going to put our inside paper that goes here, which is this. I'm just moving it out of the way so we can get the corners on. I think that some of the ones I have that are corners like this, I got from Amazon. I'm trying to think if they're the big ones or if they're the different ones that are big, because I did buy a set of ones that are bigger. Okay, let's see. I'm going to trim a decent amount off of this one. And then I'm going to move it over. Not a ton. Just, well, not that much, Amy. This is why I always have trouble with this. I have to have it by me to see it. That, and then we got one more to put down here. And this is the corner that's messed up the most. It's also kind of thick. So I'm hoping this will fit on it and won't rip it too much. You can pry these apart some with like pliers. Of course, for those that don't know, I'm not at home right now. I'm at my sister's dog sitting. Okay, let's see. I might just pull this little corner off. No, I'm just going to trim it because this is going to be on it and covering that piece. So I don't have to worry about that. There we go. Much better. Okay. And we can glue our papers in the front and back. So we are just putting this here. And I think I need to move this over some. This is just washi tape for y'all that are just hopping on. Anybody that's wondering, it's just washi tape that I got from Amazon. And I put it there to cover something. So let's see that. That. Okay, I think we're good now. I am going to use some of my beacon glue. I did not mean to put much at the top, but whatever. Whenever I've been using my art glitter glue like this for stuff, it ends up I don't know how to explain how it ends up, but it always ends up with like where you can see through the paper, the glue, and I don't like that. I wish I brought my brayer, but I didn't. Back one. Let's go with that one. Then we can move on to the fun stuff. And the fun stuff is decorating. And I usually use the beacon glue to do my covers of my journals anyway. I usually save my art glitter glue for doing stuff in the journal. And I don't know if you'll notice, but I don't use a ton of that when I use the beacon glue. I usually just run the tip along the page. I'm just eyeballing it to see that it's kind of the same. It's in the same amount basically on both sides. I might come back and put ribbon here to like fix this so it doesn't look like a huge delineation. So we're done with this. Close that up. So see, now we can close it. And because it's really tall right now, it's not really closed well. When I close it with the tie, I can force it to be closed more. I hope that makes sense, you guys. Like I said, so for those of you that are just watching this, I am a newbie, basically. I started doing junk journaling about a year and a few months ago. So I have not been doing this that long. I don't know all the terminology, but so we have all of these. We have 2 side tucks and we have a ton of these. This is Toontown and Disneyland. I guess it could have been the old one in Disney World. This is a map of Disneyland. So this one's definitely going in this front one. That pocket is definitely going in there. This is It's a Small World, which I think is going to go in Disney World. These are just patterns, so they don't have to go in any particular one. This one, I think, is going to go in Disneyland, because it looks more like Sleeping Beauty's castle to me than it does Cinderella's. That one literally says Disneyland on it. This is the monorail going through the Contemporary Hotel, which is Disney World. So that's going over there. And I can put any of these that are patterns in the one that's in the middle. And I do have one that has the same pattern as this. So I probably will make sure I put this one in the middle. I just have a ton of them. Okay. So I think this one will go in Disney World so that we have 3 of each in the different signatures. And then this is going to go in Disney World. This is going to go in Disneyland. And I don't have a side tuck that's going to go anywhere in the middle one because I only made 2 of them. I'm thinking I want my side tucks to be on the inside covers of my signatures. So I think that's where we're going to put these 2. Since we know that this one's going in Disneyland, it goes here. I'm just running a tiny, this is my art glitter glue. It's just in a fine tip bottle, which I love. And I just run it as close as the edge as I can without going over the edge because I have a tendency to do that sometimes. And then I'm going to line it up with this cover piece at the edge as best I can. And then I'm going to press down. And I'm going to grab my foam folder. And I like starting in the middle when I'm doing the side, just to make sure it's not going to move. So now we have this one on the inside of our Disneyland one. And we're going to put this one, because this is Walt Disney Studios, and this is at Orlando. It's at Disney World. And now I'm thinking I should have inked that before I put it in there, because I didn't ink any of this stuff. And it's very vintagey. Okay. Well, it's already in there, but I am going to ink it. Because all of this stuff I distressed, like in the, when I was printing it, or when I was making it, it all has distressed overlays on it. So, yeah. I should have distressed it before I put it in. Glad I caught it after only the first, I'm just going to call it a pocket, because a side tuck is a pocket. So, glad I caught it before I did any more of these. Okay. So I'm going to put the book aside. And we're going to pull all of these and ink all of them before I do anything else, because I do not want to forget. But, yeah, Disney Studios. So I can't do this part on that one because it's already laid down so much, but it's not going to be that noticeable. And this is for me. I'm not selling this journal. I'm going to put memories from my trips to Disney World in here that I have. Because I have pictures of Disney World when I was like 4. I think I was 4 when we went. And I think we have pictures from when I was 10. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Yeah, I get that. It's not for everybody. I'm just always like dealing with paper. When I was a kid, I used to love playing teacher. And I had an actual teacher book, like the ones that they put all of their like stuff in, grades and stuff, and attendance. And I had dolls that were my students, so I've always loved paper. So this came naturally to me, I think. Thank you for sprinkling, Bonnie. I appreciate that. If you're not following me on Telegram and you have Telegram, you should, because I posted a really cool graphic over there for this live. But I did not post it on Facebook. I posted it on Telegram. But it came out really cool looking. And I literally just made it a few minutes before I posted it. Because I like posting graphics over there when I do. Because I post my lineups whenever I'm in an event over there. Again, this is coffee, in case for anybody wondering. This is archival ink from Ranger. Colors Coffee, and I got it when Hobby Lobby was stopping selling all of the Ranger stuff, the Tim Holtz and everything else. I think they still have like a couple of colors of ink pads that they still sell there. But I don't think they're the Tim Holtz ones. I think they're this kind. And this kind is not a Tim Holtz one. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I would do journaling or anything with paper. Tamara's group intimidated me when I first watched it. I was like, I don't know if I could do a craft with paper. Because when I first really started, I was doing Magnolia a lot. And Magnolia is stenciling. Not exactly easy to do with paper. You can. I'm sure y'all have seen me ink on cards and stuff. I do that sometimes. I inked on a journal not that long ago, the cover, and messed it all up. But I was very intimidated by her group. But I'm glad I found her group through a friend of mine who I haven't caught in a long time, live in a long time. Since she joined Craft Around the Clock, a lot of her lives would be during the day, like early in the day. And for anybody that doesn't know me, this girl is not a morning person. I never have been, I never will be. Like, I don't know if I was a morning person when I was a kid, like a baby, but I'm pretty sure I probably wasn't. The only reason that this girl would get up early on Saturday mornings was so that I could watch cartoons. I needed to watch my Muppet Babies. And Winnie the Pooh. And then as I got older, whatever was on. I feel like I should have notched this one. But I don't have my notching tool with me. The only paper punch that I have is the corner rounder. And I don't want to do the corner rounder on this. And I feel like if I cut this with scissors, I'm just going to mess the whole thing up. So I'm just going to ink it regularly. If I decide I want to put a notch in it once I'm home, I can. And I'll just re-ink it how Wendy does, where she puts the paper behind this part and then inks it on in the journal. Oh, I forgot about that. I could do that for that one that I put in there. I don't know if I have any paper to put in it though. But I can try and remember to do that when I go home. Or when I am home, not when I go home, because I am going home tomorrow to go get my mom to go to Water World. But I'm not going home to stay tomorrow. I'm just going home to get my mom. So let's ink up all of these as well. All of them have overlays on them that were vintagey. So this is, I don't know if y'all can see that in the corner. It's kind of got a little distressing there. And a little bit up here. I know y'all can't really see it well through that camera, but I promise you it's there. So I went through and folded all of these. I think when I was at my sister's last week, or over the weekend. I think I had these here and I did that. This one was really hard to trim with scissors because I couldn't see where the line was. I am amazed by the amount of crafters that have gotten on the junk journal bandwagon. Like, I don't know how many of y'all watched Patsy Roy, Design Your Day with Patsy Roy. She was one of the handful that I started watching when I first got my page. She was with Magnolia. And so I kind of followed people that were in our Magnolia group first. And she was all about barn quilts not that long ago, like a year or two ago. After Jamie started doing them with Row 12 Creations, she started doing a ton of them. And now she's all into junk journaling. I saw that the other day. I'm like, wow. I'm not begrudging anybody. I just think it's funny how many people have jumped on the bandwagon for junk journaling. More power to them. That's why I still try to do other crafts, not just junk journaling. But when I'm at my sister's house, I don't want to bring 60,000 things over here. So if I go live here, junk journaling is what it's going to be. If I'm ever in a live where I have to be at my sister's house, or like I know I'm not going to have a chance to go home, or it's bad, I know it's going to be bad weather and I need to bring stuff here so that I don't have to go home in bad weather, it'll probably be junk journaling, because I bring a ton of stuff to junk journal, but actually doing a craft, that's just crazy. So I think the only thing we're going to get done tonight is the pockets, because I don't want to stay on here too late. I did not sleep well last night. I'm in that AIC, Adventures in Crafting poll group, and our fearless leader posted polls for the next month. And she posts them at like 5 o'clock in the morning Central Time. And I just happened to be awake because I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning. And I just could not go back to sleep. And so I was awake. So I actually got a couple spots in their events. But also, their events are limited during the summer. Their moderators, admins, whatever you want to call them, they, I don't blame them. I mean, they do events Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so they made shorter times on the 2 weekends, I think. Or especially on Sunday. But they filled up fast. Like, I was in there just trying to decide which time slot I wanted, and then I went to click on the time slot I wanted, and somebody had already clicked on it. So like I had to refresh the page a ton and make sure I wasn't clicking on something that I had already picked, because you don't want to do that. I actually have to deal with that, I think, for next week's event. I should probably look at that now. Okay, we got all this done, because I think I had some people that clicked on multiple time slots for my event. So maybe I'll work on that after I get off my live. Okay. So these are the ones that can go anywhere. Let's put the Disney World ones in the Disney World. I love me some Scrooge McDuck. I love DuckTales. That was like one of my favorite shows. Let's put one of these pockets here. I know it's lined page, but there's another lined page right past it, so. And I'm just putting a tiny amount of glue on my full pieces. And I mean a tiny amount of glue. And so this is a map, like an old school map of Disney World. It says a convenient guide to Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. So yeah, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World is the most magical place on earth. Let's see. Here we can put another one. Let's go towards the back. Let's put one on this page. Let's see, will this one fit? I don't want to have glue going through that, and I should have done my paper the other way so that it wouldn't do that. So we're not putting that there. We'll put it on this page. And this is like the old school, an old school picture of the entrance at Disneyland, which I have never been to Disneyland. So Krista is going to hook me up with some maps and stuff from the parks that they give away for free. I still have the ones from when I went when I was 10 from Disney World. I have a map of each one because my mom and dad got me this book from the Disney parks. So it only had the 3 parks. So I do not have Animal Kingdom, because that did not exist back in the early 90s. Let's put one of these here. And that's not going to fit. Sometimes I make these too big and I don't realize it until I'm like trying to put it in a book and it doesn't want to fit anywhere. So if this ever happens to you, just hold your corners in more. And I don't want this corner being like this, so I'm just going to take these scissors and cut it. I don't want it overlapping like that. So now it should fit on the page. And I'm just going to re-ink it And I'm just going to use whatever ink is on here already, so. Maybe I won't put it on that page. It won't that well. I am going to put it on this page because I don't want to cover anything else up. And since this page is blank on the inside, I think we're good. So let's go to the back where Disney World is, and we'll put these three in. See, this one is definitely going to fit because it's not as wide as the other ones. So we want to put the Disney Studio one on the front cover of this. Just running glue along the top and the bottom. And the side. Wiping off whatever I just got on the front. And I'm lining this up with the edges of the cover and pressing down. And grabbing my film folder, pressing down. Okay. So let's go towards the back. I'm not necessarily putting one on the back right now, but I might come back and do that. Let's see what's back here. I might have to fold this one in some. Nope, I don't. It's perfect fit. Let's put this here. This is the Contemporary Resort. The monorail goes straight through it. I don't think we've ever stayed at the Contemporary, but I know we've been on the monorail when it went through it. I think you have to go through them on the monorail through Contemporary to get to the Polynesian, which is where my family was staying the last time we went there. And I kind of want to go back because it was like, my sister was miserable and complained the whole time, but she was like 13 years old. So, I mean, she just wanted to be home. She didn't want to go on the family trip. But I have to admit, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to put Toontown here. And if I decide to do any more pockets for the journal, they'll just be ones for the resort, the middle one. Just 'cause I don't have any, and I know I have pictures and stuff that I could put on stuff for that. Come back to the front. And I think I can fit that one. Nope. It doesn't fit between those. I wonder if I did that the same way on this one. Trying to find the page, because I know I put one in here. See, on this one I remembered and put the paper holes up at the top. I did not remember it for any of these. I definitely want to put this towards the front. So. I do not know why I'm hearing noise outside this house. It'd be one thing if it was thunder, but it's not. It sounds like somebody moving like a big trash can around out there. And that, okay, I don't want to put it on that page. Now that I'm thinking about that, this is that scribble paper from the Dollar Tree, and it's really thin. And I don't want to put it on that page and have it, the glue bleed through. So let's put it on a different page. Let's put it here. And I'll pick out a few to put in the middle one, which is our resorts one. So let's see. I think I'll do the memories one. Maybe the polka dot one. And maybe this one. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to do the polka dot one. 2 polka dots in this. So let's go towards the back and see if this is going to fit. It is not. side fold it in some. So again, I made a corner of thing that was not, it was too big. It wasn't going to fit here. I just folded it in a little extra. I'm coming back with my paintbrush that I use for inking. And since I don't have a tuck pocket for the front or back of this one, I think we're just going to put this in the back. And if I go through and make another one that I could put in here, that's a side tuck, I will, but I don't have to. This is another one that I'm going to have to fold some more. Yeah. I think I'm going to fold it a tiny bit on both ends. This is why I really love this bone folder, because it fixes the creases very well when you need to redo something. It also helps smooth them out when you need to rescore them or something. I kind of wanted to put this like that, but now I'm rethinking it. I rethink things a lot. Let's put this here. So we have one more we can put in here. Let's put Minnie Mouse in the middle somewhere. Maybe not there. Let's put it on this page. I wonder if Beth is coming on tonight. Or if she's coming on tomorrow night. Let's put it closer to that outer edge. Okay, we got pockets. So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets that I can put in here in places. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I'm not going to work on them tonight because I told myself I was only going to stay on here for an hour, and it's almost an hour. But I am going to show you guys the, I think Krista was the one that told me I should make a hidden tag. I think, I can't remember. But I did it on a live, I just didn't finish it. So this is what it looks like. I used the dollar bill, which is not a real dollar bill. I put Brer Rabbit, crap, what's his name? Jose something, and Winnie the Pooh. And then I stuck some of my stuff that I had ephemera-wise in the little pocket that we put on here. This is a hidden paper clip that I made with this double-sided paper. It's got the lines on one side and the polka dots on the other, and I just stuck a few little small things in there. And I put Peter Pan up here, and it is a hidden tag, you guys. It has this, and I didn't put anything on the back of it, and I didn't write anything or do lines or anything on this, but I think I'm just going to leave it blank. If I can get it back in here, that would be great. And so I had to cut Pooh's head in half, but it lines back up when I put it back in. So I have that now. And you can use Disney dollars at any park. It doesn't apply to only one. But let's see if I can fit in this pocket. And then I'll take this and put it in Disney World because it has more Disney World stuff in it than it does Disneyland. So I'm just going to put it over these 2 pages. And this is the one that I did like Tamara did. She's the one that taught me. It made it a whole lot easier than what I was doing. So that's what we've got for tonight, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag replay. I'd love to see who comes in and watches after. And especially since we did so much today and got the cover finished. We've got all the spines all in here. We got pockets. And like I said, I did finish that tag. Pretty sure Krista was the one that suggested it. And I had made that hidden paper clip, which I love. I love that punch that I used on the edge. It's one of my favorite things. And I did go through my books that I got, my guides, and I ripped out a ton of stuff to use. So I have, this is Disneyland, and this is Disney World. It has more stuff in it. And I have a few things that I didn't want to cut up completely, so, and then I have these, which I definitely want to cut up those. Those came from a different book though. So I'm taking over my sister's whole kitchen now, which I don't want to. So I am going to sign off, you guys. Let's switch to this. And so I'm going to sign off, you guys. So I will see you guys. Bye, guys.